Greetings and welcome back, everyone, to Rimworld and to the Wailing Woods, where the first thing you should notice, unless I've gotten this very wrong, is that I've corrected the misspelling of Wojciech's name there. And thank you so much to everyone who gave me tips on the pronunciation. I may still be getting it wrong, but if I am, once again, just post in the comments. I think I'm getting there. Wojciech, something along those lines. I wish I could speak Polish. It sounds like a very pretty language. Right, let's go ahead and start this episode off by renaming some of our animals. And in fact, we need to expand out our barn a bit. Well, quote-unquote barn. Let's dig it back about that far. We're going to need a heater in here, which is a little bit of a frightening prospect. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing this, where we're going to increase the possibility of infestation, we could build an outdoors barn somewhere around here that we could heat happily through the geothermal. Well, not an outdoors, but built outside of a mountain. That may be a good idea. I think I like that idea. It would also be quite close to the food, so when we have a decent amount of hay grass, it'll be easy for hauling. Yeah, I like this idea. But we have names, and I'm pretty pleased with the names. I'm going to be honest, and well, there may be a little bit of bias on these ones. I'm going to be perfectly honest. We've got Sujong and Lapsang. What fantastic names, truly. There we are. Let's get you named. There we are. So Lapsang, Sujong have joined the colony. I can only imagine this is going to be rubbing things in Blood Sparrow's face a little bit, because Blood Sparrow is soon going to be denied any more tea. We're going to see about that one. I may need to make a little area where I can restrict Blood Sparrow. We'll have a look at that. Well, we're going to have to keep a bit of an eye on Blood Sparrow and how that continues to develop for the time being. It's not something I'm very happy about, but it is what it is. So now, I kind of want this wall light over here just to line up with these, and I will probably replace these with marble as well. And this will become a very, very nice little room there. Now, outside, we can probably afford to move this whole area up and out into this zone, and we can start moving down all of the recreational items. And that should, with time, make for a nice little rec room that will hopefully generally improve everyone's mood. It's not going to make this room very nice, obviously, but we're going to have to just allow it for now. There we are. Pasted those settings across, deleting this zone in its entirety, and everything should get shifted over. And while all of that's happening, let's go ahead and reinstall these down here. Let's have the chairs table. Sure, we'll have it on the other side of this wall. I think that would actually be quite nice. There we go. Oops. Did I just... Oh, I did. Didn't I? I probably told you to build one. No. Maybe I did not. Okay. Reinstall this one down there. There we go. No. Let's have a look. Did that go through correctly? No, I don't think it did. So we'll deconstruct that one. Sometimes it's a little bit awkward. Oh. What? What have I got there? Cancel. It is a chair there already. Oh. Well. That's right. It is a wooden stool. I see. It was hidden underneath the duster. Okay, well, let's uninstall this. And then we'll shunt that down in a little bit. But little by little, we want to make this room nicer. We want to pull this down so it's a little bit easier for our peeps to make use of that. And as you can hear, Tilly's outside and very, very much wants to come in. So I'm going to go and let her in. And while that's happening, I'm going to allow my peeps to get a little bit of work done. And maybe we will return to another strike against the insect hive. But I will bring you back when there is something more to report. Oh dear, a blight. Well, that's kind of annoying to say the very, very least. But let's get this. Oh, this was a big blight too. It's affected so many of the plants in here. But we've had a reasonably quiet time of things. So as far as negative events could go, this is not a particularly bad one. But it does mean we're going to lose a lot of crops here. And that is quite the shame. Well, I have already started work on the geotherm housing, I suppose you could say, over there. And we've generally been taking care of some of the animals outside, hunting where we can. The insects have been a little bit noisy, but overall hasn't been a terrible time of things. We've got quite a few insects outside, though. Honestly, I'm sort of waiting on a raid to try and lure some more of them out. Blood Sparrow is consistently in a bad mood, unfortunately, and we've got a poison ship that has landed right next to the insect. Oh no, that is an interesting place for it to have landed. I wonder how this will go. Could we get the insect and the Mechanoids to fight? That would be a very interesting thing. Leaf, what are you doing? Consumer need replacement. Okay, well, once you're done with that, could you please go and take care of all the plants? There we go. Good lad, Leaf. No, Leaf. You need to prioritize. You're letting it spread. What kind of farmer are you? Go ahead. More cutting back of the plants. But I think what I may end up doing is prepping for an attack against the Mechanoids, which will hopefully cause them to aggress on the insect hive, or vice versa. Maybe the insect hive aggressing on the Mechanoids is a better way of putting it. This is going to be an interesting one. I've got a little bit of work that I'm going to need to do first before we can see if this will pan out as I hope. But that would be a very, very nice unintended benefit of having the hives here, if we can use them to deal with the Mechanoids. Interesting time. Though I may need to prep some EMP grenade before we get to that. We're still making some flak pants, but I would definitely like some EMP grenades. Now, the problem with this is it's going to require some... Oh, no, actually, just steel and components. Okay, well, that's very good. That's very, very good. Now, you may have already noticed that we have finished researching the biofuel. We're currently working on IEDs, as I suspect that we're going to need those in order to do it. But the biofuel refinery, now, this one, we could perhaps just pop in down here. It'll be indoors. It won't be particularly well lit, but it won't be particularly... oh, actually, how about we cancel that and build the copy right here? Well, it's a little bit of an awkward one, really, but... I'll let it be built here for now. It's only going to take 150 steel and 3 components. So we'll go ahead, we'll get that made. I would like a stool, and I believe we've got a spare one just over here. We'll pop that one down there. And this should allow us to get some biofuel going. Now, what we're going to use for it, I don't know. That'll probably be something that we get into properly once we've got the second geotherm and we're producing a lot of rice or some other crop along those lines. But this is going to be a bit of an interesting one. I'll bring you back when we're ready to take on the poison ship. Okay, then. I think we're about ready to begin. Erin's going to do a little bit more hunting, but ooh, well done, Buttercup. You managed to finish Wojciech's obedience training. Right, if you could bring that carcass in, Erin, that would be marvellous. Leaf, where is Leaf? Leaf, once you're done with that, I want you to go and grab the EMP grenades. Now, I'm not... Well, there's a possibility that if things go well, that we might be able to take out a couple of insect hives as well. But I'm not really looking to do that. I feel that would probably result in a bit of shenanigans that more shenanigans than I'm really ready for right now. Oh dear. Really? Really? You scallywag. Well, hopefully someone can take care of that. Erin? There. Right. Leaf, Erin, head on out. And close this door behind you. Lock it, in fact. I don't want anyone else leaving. Alright then. We've got a couple of things that we need to do. Now, my plan here is to poke the bear. More or less. Sorry. Trinket. Wojciech. Ideal scenario. The hive... the Mechanoids wake and attack the hive. If that happens, then our job is done. We can go back. We might be able to sneak in, do a little bit more damage to the hive at the same time. It depends a little bit. The worst case scenario is the the Mechanoids don't care and attack us. Just go straight for us, and we've effectively doubled our problems. Leaf is here to protect against that that particular possibility. Oh, really? Hello. You took care of yourself. Well done you, Yuna. Goodbye. But should that happen, Leaf should be able to drop an EMP grenade at their feet and we'll get Erin back a little bit further. And to that end, I want the defense turrets active. Right. What I really need is to force my enemies up there if they want to get over here. Maybe a little wall. Actually, that would really work. A little wall here to force them in would do a lot of help. Let me lay that down. Something like this, I think, would do quite nicely because it would drive them within range of the turrets. And we can get a door over here, perhaps. Maybe a little bit more of an entryway, in fact. There we go. That should make for... improve the effectiveness, the efficacy of our turrets. Right, can you shoot from here? That's a bit of a question mark. Oh, no, you can. Well done. What have we got? We've got a scyther. We've got another scyther. Are you aiming? You are aiming good. That means you will actually attack them. All right, our job is done. Let's get back. Bit of an anticlimax, I know, but still, this could go wrong. Oh, I mean, that's good, but that's also bad. This is going to keep the Hive really angry for a while. Oh, no. Okay, we need to kind of hurry up with this then. Rocket? Afraid not, mate. How many bricks have we got? We've got 17 bricks. Okay. Get out there, start work on this buttercup. Actually, cancel that door. We want that one made of steel. A steel door here. Buttercup, if you could work on that one for me. Red Warp, if you could start hauling. No. Okay. Crack on as best you can. That is going to be painful. I hope you fire again. I mean, that wasn't terribly bad in the grand scheme of things. The Scythers are doing a good job of them against them as well. Now, if this can stay alive long enough, and centipedes are pretty good at it, these may die before the attack is over. Will they damage the ship? Oh, I didn't consider that. I might still need to go out and deal with the ship. Doesn't look like they're interested in attacking the ship, honestly. Bit of a shame. But okay. An eclipse. Okay. Oh no. This is awkward. Please survive a bit longer, centipede. Never thought I'd be rooting for a centipede, frankly. Nope. It's gone. Oh, no, they are attacking it. Good, 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 good. But I fear that you're all going to need to get inside. Actually, Erin, I need you to be running around this way. Sorry, Erin, but you're going to have to. Got a little bit of time. That is going to keep the insects pretty incensed. Leaf, you're good. Go back. Actually, hold the buck back. Rocket, can you work on this? This is kind of awkward, honestly. Do your best. The weapon systems will do some damage, but it's probably not going to be that much. This kind of worked out against us, honestly. Okay, we've lost... Those hives are gone, which means the insects that belong to those hives are now basically given up. Good. Get indoors. Erin, you keep running. I need you to draw them away from the base to a large degree. Alright, well that didn't go perfectly well. But it also didn't go terribly badly either. In a sense, maybe this is the right time to get in there. Oh, this is the problem. This could spread to the other hives. This could prolong this fight for a long time. I think we'll be okay as long as that fire doesn't spread too much more. We should be alright. Yeah, Erin, you keep making your way back. All the way back, please. They are splitting off, and the turret will probably engage... you... utter scallywag. This is going to be gone very shortly, but it is going to leave a lot of insects outside of the hive, which is kind of a problem for me, honestly. A problem that we're going to have to deal with ourselves. Alright. Well, it could have been a lot worse. Let's see how this goes. Having this massive group of insects there. Okay, most of them are going back. Good. Oh, really? Really? Oh. And of course, we're 3 hives down, but that does mean that the hives may continue to propagate further back, which is super useful. Most of the insects are going back now. Kind of want to wipe more of them out, honestly. What have we got? Leaf, go and equip the bolt action rifle. Red Warp, equip the Blood Sparrow. Could you drop your LMG? Please and thank you. Thank you. Go and grab the LMG. I'm going to try and wipe out some of the insects that are up there. Leaf, you're not off duty yet, mate. Sorry. Just Leaf. There we go. Let's get you guys up there, please. No, Red Warp, bad. Get up there. Yeah, the bug hives are not going to waste time reproducing. Now we'll leave the defense system active. This is a lot of insects for us to try and deal with. Oof. That'll actually be nasty, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm going to need you down here to draw them back if I have to. Maybe at this point, building a little entry point over here would be good, because I could force them to walk back and forth between these turrets to a certain degree. Though, honestly, that's more or less the same deal. Alright. Okay, let's see how we can do with this. Now, if I have a look over here, you'll notice that currently Blood Sparrow is restricted to home. I don't want Blood Sparrow outside right now. Right, can we attack from here? Yes, we can. Advance a little bit. One at a time, please. There's a lot down there, though. Take a shot. Damn it. And again. Okay, move up. Alright, let's see if we can't do a bit of damage. Well done. You've woken up the entire hive. That's not actually well done. Rocket, head back. You've got the shortest range weapon, actually, no. Leaf, you've got a long cycle weapon. Right, you guys, draw back. Up to here, please. Fine. Whatever. You're just going to be annoying. Well done. Okay, draw back. Rocket's weapon is particularly useful because it's got a very quick cycle time. Right, well done. Keep falling back. We're going to allow that door. Okay. Well done. Rocket. Take a shot. Right. Leaf, back you go. Let the door close. Now, have the rest of the hive activated? They have, yes. Okay. Well, honestly, then we should probably stop poking the hive. That's right. Get inside. We'll repair the door as needed. Erin, stay there, actually. Draw them back. There we are, that's fine. They'll wander around, and you can now draw back completely. Alright, door's locked. We should be fine. They should give up. We're not providing them a sufficient reason to attack us any further, so you might go for a little bit of a damage, but it's not actually too much of an issue. This is a problem because we've got a lot of insects over there. Oh dear. Well, maybe I should have Buttercup over here then. Might have been better if I'd considered that. Pop on through. I was hoping that they'd give up the chase, honestly, but it seems that they want blood. Alright, so if Buttercup can get back there, this is the issue. They're trying to go for my geotherm. Buttercup can get all the way through here, then we should be able to draw them out. My weapon system should continue to aggress, but most of them are returning. Oh, well, that's just quite annoying, honestly. Okay, well, that isn't going quite as well as I'd hoped, I'll be honest. I don't want them ripping this apart. Just you go ahead and stand there for now. Hopefully they're going to give up and head back. Good, that's what we needed. We do now need this turned off so it doesn't continue to annoy them. Hold still. Oh no, there's a little tiny mega scarab I hadn't quite seen. Well, drat. Get through. Keep going. That door should be closed. No, it didn't close in time. Well, that's annoying. There we go. Keep going through, Buttercup. Come on. Erin, Red Wolf. On guard duty. Go, go, go. Come on, Buttercup. You did a very good job there. Try not to hit Buttercup, though. Buttercup, keep going down. No, Buttercup is down. Oop. I mean, that's not quite what I meant. I'll be honest. I'll be perfectly honest, that isn't what I meant when I said keep going, get down, but sure. Let's lock these. Okay. Someone get Buttercup, please. Rescue Buttercup. You're good. It's activated them again. I thought that Rocket had managed to turn that off. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, we're going to be dealing with a bit of damage here, but on the whole, it could be a lot worse. Right, as soon as this is disabled, could someone please do that instead of going to bed? I kind of feel that it's a higher priority. Also, Erin, take care of Buttercup. There we are. Okay, they're going to breach the outer defenses a little bit, but on the whole, I think we should be okay. Let's make sure that this is part of the home zone, as well as all of this. And then hopefully we can get that sorted. Well, you've turned her off now, at least. Hopefully they just all go to sleep and then decide to go back to the hive. But as things die in here, it's constantly winding the hive up. They're going to demolish a lot of things outside now. Okay, well, if nothing else, we learned a few things about the way that this was going to play out. We now know that Mechanoids are a pretty good distraction for the hive. But I didn't... Well, I mean, they did just do a bit of damage to the hives themselves. But we're now stuck with a lot of angry animals outside slowly burrowing into my farm. That is not a good time. That is very much not a good time. And it's going to keep happening for a little while because the temperature is so low that a lot of the insects are perishing. Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it will pass in time, but right now with them all outside here, they're going to do a lot of tunneling. On the plus side, they're going to tunnel through a lot of things that we actually did want to break down ourselves. So, you know, it could be a lot worse. I could draw more of them away if I had someone go and stand up there. Not exactly what I want to do, though. I think when Rocket is awake, I'm going to want Rocket to head out and repair some of these. In fact, I'm going to want Rocket to repair that. So, let's get these prioritized for repair. Yeah. Now they're going to continue breaking in here. I'm going to have to shut down this area. They're going to get in. And there's nothing much we can do about that, I'm afraid. We could try and repair some of it, but odds of that working aren't actually very good. Alas. Unless the insects that have been hurt are on their way out. Maybe they are. Let's get some repairs done on this side. Though, if they aggress again, we're going to have to get Leaf to just bail. It's going to pain him, because this is basically his sanctuary. But we can't let you fall to a bunch of angry bugs who want to eat rock. How they know that eating rock is the way to get to me, I don't know. Bloody engineered insects with far too much intelligence. I consider that a flaw. Have you taken care of everything up here? You have. Excellent. And Blood Sparrow, what were you up to there, I wonder? Okay, that's good. We can close her off. Blood Sparrow looks to be cleaning, I think, which is not exactly what I wanted to see, but sure. We may be able to get, well, a reasonable amount of these repaired. Okay. Well, they're going to continue to get wound up here and there for a while, I imagine. Got a lot of dead insects in there, though. And little by little, the hives are moving further and further back. We've lost this hive, which is interesting. If we can continue just cutting them back until the insects largely live over here, I'm fine with that. We'll then create some sort of pathway which will funnel raids through their territory before they can get to our entrance. And that should work out quite well. It'll be a bit of a long, winding process, but I'm sad that they're now outside and it's caused a lot of damage. I was going to have to pull these walls down anyway, so in a kind of roundabout way, the insects are helping us yet again. Ah, good guy insect. Helping us do construction work, even as we encourage Mechanoids to eat your hives. I'm starting to think that we're actually the bad guys in this story. Well, that was unfortunate, because it kind of annoyed the insect. But on the plus side, it drew them all away from over here. So, I mean, yay, I think. Probably not yay. Yeah, they were trying to flee. They didn't. That may actually cause us some issues. The hives do seem to be calming down, and it has drawn them away, which is actually really good for us. As little by little, they're moving away from where we need to be in order to affect repairs. Still, that was a bit of a pain. How are we going to address this problem here? Because it is a fairly large one. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to build a granite door right there. We can get that fixed, then we can get out here and start doing a few repairs here and there. Taking in some potatoes. Very well done. Okay, so on the whole, not great. Even slightly, in fact. Leaf, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. You know, when you're done. We lack materials. What are the materials that we lack? Cook simple meal. The meals have been delivered. Never mind then, we're good. Right, with this done, we should be able to just make our way out and get a little bit of work done outside. Now, if you could mine that marble away after that you're done there, and then we are going to go. Oh, there we go. No, Rocket, this is super bad time to be outside. Why did they get so angry? That's a bit of a problem. Okay, well, while we can, just go ahead and repair these walls. The insects are going to wander around outside a little bit. Erin, if you could carry these back for me, that would be great. I'm going to have to babysit them a little bit here. Share with Erin about the other colonists. Made a comment about the fine meals to Rocket, you know, just how much she really, really, really wishes she had some. That's fine, Erin. Everyone does, I think. Right, let's try and get as much of this outer cladding repaired as we can. It's going to be a problem because they are active again. Oh, there we go. Right, Rocket, time for you to be inside, mate. Go, go, go. Thankfully, the insects are going to find it as difficult to move across this marshy area as we do. Still, that's a bit of a pain. Pop in. There you go. Now, the rest of the hive, yeah, they've all activated again. We're going to be back and forth like this for a while, unfortunately. Largely due to the fact that many of the insects are dying due to exposure. That is not a problem that's going to fix itself anytime soon. Still, if Rocket can at least keep the inner wall repaired, then we'll be somewhat safe, but yeah. We've got some problems. What would be grand is if a predator would decide to take a poke at the insects a little bit. Draw them out. Alternatively, if we could draw them back over here, that would be grand, but that is going to be very difficult with so many insects active there. We've got a very large problem in that these insects have no... Oh, is that what just happened? Yeah, I think it was, actually. I think they took a poke at one of the predators. Still, if we could somehow create a safe house down here, somewhere we could use to just lure them back and forth for a little while, that would be awesome. There are a few times that I've wanted a raid more than now. It feels kind of weird to say that, honestly. Very weird. As you can see, we have a biofuel refinery built. Marvelous. I've already set up the chem fuel to be made from organics. I've currently set it to be able to use quite a large range of organics. Any hop, cyclide leaves, or smoke leaf leaves, they're fair game. But in terms of meat, insect meat only, vegetarian, everything but potatoes is allowed. And animal products, milk. We'll allow milk to be used. We don't have much of any of these things. We made a little bit already, though. And furthermore, we are now making high explosive shells. After that, we'll be making frag grenades. They are going to take a fair bit of materials to make. It's going to be a bit of a slow process, but once we have a good set of frag grenades, we are going to be using those to hopefully significantly destructive effect against the hives. We're getting a little bit closer to the point where I feel we're going to be able to take care of that. We should probably still be bringing in more steel though, so let's make sure that that's going on. The insects have been doing, unfortunately, an awful lot of damage to everything, but Rocket has been very, very good about repairing things more or less as fast as they're being damaged, or at least on the inner wall. The outer wall, honestly, is the only reason why we've still got this place right now, because it is drawing a lot of their attention. Once they break through more of the outer wall, then more of their attention will be directed towards the very fragile internal wall, and it's not going to be long before they break through that. We're not repairing the damage nearly as fast as they're doing the damage, which is quite scary, honestly. But we're slowly producing some more high explosive shells. And once we've got those, we should be able to start building IEDs. Now, if we have a look over here, we'd need high explosive shells for the IED trap. A pair of high explosive shells connected to a touch-activated trigger. Since it's hidden in the surrounding terrain, it cannot be placed adjacent to other traps. Animals can sense these when calm, which is exactly the time that I'm hoping these won't be. Now, the idea will be to line this area with these IEDs, possibly setting them along the edges where it's unlikely they're going to tread, and then having one at the end of a chain where they are, so that the whole group will be trying to make its way through, and then all of a sudden this one will trigger and it'll daisy chain the explosions back, hopefully catching quite a lot of them in turn. But it is going to take quite a lot. We're only going to get 5 of these IEDs out of a full 10 high explosive shells, so, you know, that's it's not grand, let's just put it that way. But we are going to hopefully be able to get more and more of these made. It's going to be a bit of time, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. We can also, at some point, now that the insects are a little bit less angry all the time, we may be able to sneak in and grab some more of their insect jelly, though they are going through it fairly quickly, actually, and that's a bit of a problem, honestly. If we could encourage these hives to die down here and just get more of them up there, then we would be in such a good position. But right now, this is causing us quite a lot of issue. Really? You managed to take out a mega spider? How did this die? Malnutrition. Oh. Oh, dementia, okay. Malnutrition. They may all just die from malnutrition? The unfortunate thing is they will eat each other, and as a result, it's going to be a long, drawn-out process before the last one dies. But that would still be useful, actually. I imagine quite a few of them are malnourished. Yeah, we're going to see an interesting chain over here. I didn't really consider that, but yeah, that will eventually cause them to die. They may attack the muffalos as well. We've got options, though. Really, if only Randy Random would send us a nice big raid. Yeah, it would be so useful right now. Oh no! Red Warp asked Erin for some space. Red Warp and Erin are no longer in a relationship. Well, we all saw this coming. Red Warp just... I don't even know why they were in a relationship, frankly. Red Warp just... Emotions are complicated. And Red Warp... he needs the sort of problems he can easily solve with numbers, and emotions are not really those kinds of problems. Cabin fever, -5, that's not so great. Okay. Where's Erin? Broke up with Red Warp. Oh, I'm sorry, Erin. That's going to be a bit of a rough time. Okay, well, you know what? Red Warp, at least you had the decency to move out. Red Warp decided, yeah, you know what? It's your room, more than mine. Well done, Red Warp. Right, we've got a lot of work still to do, but that was a bit of an unexpected break there, honestly. I am quite surprised. What I could do is try and lure some of these insects up here the next time that something does. And I think that might be a good idea. Red Rob, how about you give Erin a wee bit of space? You're suffering a little bit from cabin fever anyway, so let's get you over here. I'll just have you stand outside. Actually, no, not even there. We'll have you stand out over on this side so that the next time the insects get a bit wound up, they'll head straight for you. You go ahead and stand there for now. It's a beautiful, beautiful distraction. Okay, we have 3 IEDs. I want to see how well this will work. Oh, Aaron's actually quite close to breaking. Why? Well, I mean, lots of things, actually. But, it's fine, Aaron. We're all fine. I just need to take a few shots, that's all. Let's take a few shots. Pop, pop, pop. Bad miss there. Can you get that one? Bad miss again. Okay, well, we're going to need you to tiptoe forward. Get a couple of hits in. It's close, though. It's very close, in fact. Let's tiptoe you down. There you go. Get that in. Good hit. And they are active, I believe. Yep, here they come. Right, gonna want you to head straight up and past all of these IEDs. Let them filter through. Now, I'm hoping that they're not going to trigger on here. Actually, maybe Aaron should draw back instead and head up this way. Let's open that door. Hopefully Rocket will be able to get a couple of them to head over to his direction. That's right. Go on through. And lock the door behind. There we go. Perfect. Right, here they come. And draw back. That's right. Let it lock. Head on down to our escape point. Here we go. It's going to trigger. And pop did not do nearly as much damage as I had hoped. I'll be honest. That was nowhere near the sort of damage I'd hoped. It hurt them, sure, but... Wow. I mean, they were shredded. Blasted by an IED trap, but that really didn't do nearly the sort of damage that I was hoping for. Mind you, they are going to die. It's just that... yeah, all of the ones that got hit are going to die in a few hours. So, I mean, it's not as bad as I guess. As I thought, but still, if we can get a couple in there whilst they're asleep, it would take out so many of these insects. Still, that wasn't ideal. That has not done nearly the sort of, and it hasn't inflicted nearly the sort of damage that I think we're gonna need ultimately to be able to work our way through this. Still. The damage was dealt very quickly. While they will die now to their wounds, I'm not sure that's going to count as us attacking them. They're just going to slowly take damage and then perish. Maybe quietly. Interesting. Well, we still need to do a fair bit more work to get the camp fuel we need. We do, however, have a small marble sculpture. It's good. Let's go and take a look at this. The plant growing skills of Buttercup. Wow. Okay, Buttercup. I mean, you know, self-indulgent, but okay. A daughter-sized piece of material sculpted into an artistic form. On this carving is a representation of Buttercup, teaching obedience to a grizzly bear, as wild prairie dogs look on in disgust. The grizzly bear has a weapon in her mouth. The depiction refers to the training of grizzly bear on the 8th of September. Alright. Interesting. 135 beauty, though. My lord. Let's have a look at our room, shall we? This one still isn't so great, but let's have a quick gander. Impressiveness is 36, but the wealth is somewhat poor, honestly. Decent, mediocre, slightly impressive, and mediocre. Alright, well, we could pop something down there. We don't need it in the common room. The common room is actually doing really well right now, thanks to all of the smoothing that we've done. So, alright, then we'll install this in Blood Sparrow's room. That should lift Blood Sparrow's mood a little bit. There we go. And it spoke about food with Rocket. Very well. There we go. Getting some more chem fuel on the way. Now then, potatoes are strictly for eating, and that is really quite necessary, I feel. Everything else is fair game, though. So hopefully we are going to see a decent amount of materials being converted into chem fuel as and when. Now, are they attacking more? Yeah, they are a little bit. I sort of need Rocket to take care of this. How good are the walls? They're not terrible. We can probably let Rocket sleep this one through. We're seeing more of them perish and more of them eat the dead. 5 hours there. You're probably going to die in your sleep, which is fine. How about you? Yeah, you're going to be dead fairly soon. Okay, well, I mean, every death over here is useful for us because there's no hive replacing these insects. And that's the problem, is they're not returning to the hives because they are no longer... They're basically hiveless. And that's the biggest problem to us. I don't want you to pick that up, even if you get the chance to. Though I wouldn't mind those being rebuilt, frankly. Maybe at some point we'll get the opportunity to. Cargo pods have crash landed. What did we get? Oh. I'll be honest, there's a really, really big part of me that's tempted to try and rescue that hyperweave. But the problem right now is that there's so much... The insects are being wound up just almost randomly at the moment. It would be so difficult for us to predict when would be safe for us to get outside. I think we're going to have to leave that hyperweave, unfortunately, and that does pain me quite a lot. But I think, on the whole, we've made a bit of progress. We are now making camp fuel. We're not doing any more research. We will be making grenades eventually, but right now getting the IEDs up and running and wiping out these insects is probably a higher priority for me. I'll be perfectly honest. We need to thin their numbers quite dramatically. Taking out the ones that are so wounded that they're not really getting up to attack, that's great because those are not being replenished. So little by little it's getting easier for us to maintain this. But I think by the time you return to me in the next episode, we will have advanced well beyond the 13th of September and we'll be at a point where we're able to start work outside again. It's going to be a bit of work, honestly, but hopefully we'll be able to get there. Why is the entire hive mobilizing? That is terrifying to see. Something is really winding them up. They're fine, but the rest of them not so. Well, it's a bit scary, but hopefully when you return, we're not going to be dealing with any deaths. That would be the worst possible situation. But that is going to be it for me for now. The trials and tribulations with the insects continue, but we're getting a little bit closer to being able to sustain ourselves more comfortably on this side. Getting a couple of walls here and there will do a great deal to improve our situation. And ultimately, I think building a wall down here, once we can safely leave out into this area and build, that will make a massive difference for us, frankly. Because it'll force the insects to take such a long, wending route to get down to us. We don't want to block it off completely because that will just mean that they'll attack there. We want to give them a route to take, but we want to make it a particularly troublesome route to follow. We'll see how that goes in the next episode, but that is it from me. So until next time, and as always, do take care, everyone.